Ben is talking about a report that came out today, I think, from the Social Security Administration. And what did the report say? The report said, now let me ask you a question, all right? Don't stay there, but I want to ask you other people. How many of you guys think Social Security is going broke? Raise your hand. Ben, what did that report say about the surplus in the Social Security Trust Fund? What it said is there is currently, today, a $2.7 trillion surplus. Heard that much on TV when Republicans, going broke, not going to be there for you. God, it's a $2.7 trillion surplus, which is going to go up in the next few years. Okay? And the report said that in, I think it was 22 years, Social Security, it's not that Social Security would go broke, it's that surplus would end, and then people would only be able to get 75 to 80% of all of their benefits. So, in the midst of a moment in which unemployment in this country is really at about 15%, when 22% of our kids live in poverty, when 45,000 people die this year, when hundreds of thousands of young people can no longer afford college, what you are telling me is that in 22 years, if we don't do anything, Social Security will only pay out 75 or 80% of its benefits into the indefinite future. Is that a crisis?
No.
Well, first of all, you get 75 or 80%. And by the way, because Social Security benefits are going up, you probably get more than people are getting today. My point being on that, it is an important issue, and I'll tell you how I think we resolve it. But having told you that Social Security has a $2.7 trillion surplus, can pay out all benefits for the next 22 years, at which point it pays out 75 to 80% of benefits, which will then be higher than they are right now, doesn't sound like it is this world-shaking crisis. It sounds like that within 22 years, we've got to do something to fill that 20% gap. All right? So the point is, when Republicans say, well, we have got to cut Social Security benefits right now, we've got to privatize it is a crisis. A crisis compared to what? To a collapsing middle class, to an increase in poverty, to 50 million people without any health insurance. It ain't such a crisis. What do you do? Well, you're talking to the right guy. I've introduced legislation that would essentially solve the problem. It actually plays off something that Barack Obama campaigned about in 2008. And that is right now, if somebody is a millionaire, somebody makes $1 million this year, somebody makes $110,000 this year, who pays more into the Social Security Trust Fund? They pay exactly the same, because there is a cap in which anyone can pay. You lift that cap, you start at $250,000, not at $110,000, and what the actuaries will tell you is that will provide Social Security with enough money to pay out all benefits for the next 75 years. All right? So that, to my mind, is the answer. But the main point that I want to make, of all of the crises facing this country, Social Security happens not to be one of them. Okay.